I want to talk about something today that we keep hearing more and more from the media. We hear left-wing and right-wing podcasters and YouTube channels talk about the topic of voter ID laws. We keep hearing how the country wants to pass, well, the Republicans actually want to pass voter ID laws, more specifically the SAVE Act. And there are two sides to this debate. We have here the Republican side, which says that they want to pass this law to help prevent election integrity. They also want to pass it to help reduce voter ID fraud. And on the other side, we have the Democrats who say that passing laws, voter ID laws that are very strict, could prevent some people from being able to vote. They say that some people may not be able to afford getting the card, or they may not be able to get to the location where you would have to register to get the card. And I think both sides actually make very good points to the argument. However, what I feel like we're not really talking about is the fact that there's already many countries around the world who already have voter ID laws where they require a specific ID to be able to vote. For example, Mexico. Mexico has a voter ID law. They have the INE card, INE. This card is required for the citizens to be able to vote. But the difference here is that in Mexico, the INE card, the voter ID card, is actually free to everybody that is eligible. And it's easy to access. There's many places where you can go and register. And they also have mobile events where if there's locations like in rural areas or other hard to access areas where people can easily get to the offices to register for those cards, they go to those people. That way they can also be able to register. So that's a difference that we need to be talking about. We need to talk and turn the conversation into, will the cards be free in the United States if we pass this law? Will people be able to easily get the card, or will they have to take time off work? Will they have to drive long distances to be able to get the card? That is something that we really need to focus on if we're going to talk about implementing a stricter voter ID law, because if we're just focusing on security and making sure that the elections are secure, but we're not focusing on accessibility for the people who need to vote, then we're not just creating security, we're actually creating barriers for the electorate. So we need to focus on that. And to me, I feel that we could learn, from other countries how they've already enacted their voter IDs.